How's it going, friends? Martin from Matthew's Studio coming to you once again from my backyard. It's blazing out here. It's really warm. We got weed whackers and leaf blowers over there. We're vertical, so I can show you the story of these stands. So, sorry, Roger Deakins. Sorry, we're not landscape right now, but we'll be back to landscape when it suits the story, right? We're trying to serve the story. And right now, the story is about these three amazing stands from Matthew's Studio. Let's get into it. Right out of the gate, we got the Lowboy Combo. This is a double riser, 2-riser Lowboy Combo, and it has the world famous combo head. Matthew's innovation. Thank you, Ed Phillips, for standardizing the 1/8" junior and that pop-up 5/8 baby pin right there. So awesome. Matthew's, Ed Phillips was the person and the company that standardized these two measurements, so everybody's gear worked together. Who'd have thought? Thanks a lot, Ed. Amazing innovator and designing from the inside of the industry out. That's what we're all about. This combo is great. It's a Lowboy, so it's going to go under 3 feet and over 6 feet. That's a pretty awesome range, and it's really, really beefy. It has these stay put anti-vibe handles, so once they're completely loose, you see, check it out, totally loose, but they're not going to go anywhere. So when they're in transit, in the back of your Tacoma, your Subaru, on a grip truck, in a shipping container, whatever it is, these things aren't going to jiggle out, so that when you get to set, you have a functional stand and you're not looking all over the place for that T-handle on the floor of your truck or wherever it might be, on the freeway, who knows. So anti-vibe handles, really cool. We got that Pause V-Lock Junior receiver. What does that mean? Well, we have a V right here and then a T-handle biting into it in that direction. So once you put your junior pin in there, it's going to have 3 points of contact. There they are, 3 points of contact. You're going to have 1 point on that wall, 1 point on that wall, and then the T-handle is pushing it in. We have 2 different places you can put that T-handle. Really cool. Why? Because some junior pins have a high undercut, some have a low undercut. What's the undercut? This little guy. So once you have that T-handle in there, it's going to not be able to slip out. That way you can satisfy many different manufacturers' junior pins, and it won't be a problem. Safety. It's the most important thing out there. All right, guys, what else do we have? We have a Rocky Mountain leg. So let's deploy this thing and see what that's all about. How do you deploy it? You're going to loosen this guy, drops all the way down. Now you can tighten the bottom T-handle and slowly, without hurting yourself on camera, you make sure that your braces are parallel and level with the ground. So now that they're parallel and level with the ground, you can put these 2 legs that don't have the Rocky Mountain leg, you put them on the highest part of your slope, and then the Rocky Mountain leg will adjust so you can keep that thing level. Really, really cool. And now, in order to get the lowest possible, which is under 3 feet, you're going to loosen both of those T-handles and drop that guy down right there. Really, really cool. If you're trying to get low, if you want to get a shiny board really low, if you have a slider that you want to get this really low, a panel light, whatever it is, this thing's going to stay put and go all the way from around 3 feet to over 6 feet. Look at that. We're now over 6 feet. Really awesome range. Really awesome stand. It's really beefy. And I think it has around like a 73-75 pound payload capacity. That's really wonderful when you're talking about a stand of this size. There you go. That's our combo. Really awesome. Let's put it aside right over here. So, ooh, the shade feels nice. Maybe we can do the rest of the video with me standing right here. No, here I come. We got our junior baby rolling stand. This thing is awesome. This one happens to be 3-riser. The top of it is a 5/8 baby pin with that awesome knurl under there. Once again, Matthew's innovation, knurling those guys. So once you bite it with that T-handle, it's going to stay put. It's not going to rotate on you. Really important stuff. Let's deploy this guy. Loosen that. Boom. Make sure you're standing in the V so this guy doesn't hit you. And once we're locked off, check out how effortlessly, oh, check it out. The brake is on, so it's not going anywhere. It was doing its job. But look at effortlessly. I can't say that word today. All right. I've done this 1 or 2 other takes, and I couldn't do that word in those 2 takes either. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to avoid it. Let's say, look how easily this thing rolls around. That's another option, right? It's really cool. But once you want it to stop rolling, you just lock one of these amazing Tenta casters. We use Tenta casters on all of our rolling stands. Why? Because they're awesome. They are made really, really durable. The brakes are really durable. They're non-marking wheels, and they rotate, of course, and they swivel. So they rotate, of course, there we go, and they swivel. But once you lock them off, they don't rotate and they don't swivel. So it's a dual locking mechanism. Really cool, really important. If you want to release them, they're not just stamped on there. You have, I don't know if you can see that in there, but that is an easy Allen key. You get an Allen key, you take it off, now you have a wheelless stand. Options. We want to make this gear be as customizable as possible because we need many different solutions for the many different issues that arise on set day to day. So we want to make it so that you can replace everything. We're all about parts. We have an amazing parts store and support because, hey, we get it. It's a tough industry out there, and you got to keep the gear running. Once again, we got the anti-vibe stay put handles right there. And this guy starts off at around 4.5 feet. And it will rise, yes, all the way to over 12 feet. Now, I know you can't see up there, but take my word for it. I'm a really honest guy, and I'll tell you, that's way up there. There you go. Still very easily rolls around, because I'm avoiding that other word. Effortlessly. I don't know why it's so hard for me. Maybe I've been doing too many little videos, but that can't be a possibility. Here we go, bringing it down so I can show you one last thing. That low rolling base, really important to be able to slide it under cars, set pieces. It's low profile with a nice wide footprint, so when you put your boom arm on here for your strobes, when you put your lights on here, you roll them around, you can get right up into those nooks that you need to get into because they don't have that high combo base. So there you go. We also have on all of these stands these hanger pins right here to be able to hang it on carts, on racks. We make racks to hang these guys to be able to keep things tidy or to transport them easily, effortlessly. God, I keep trying it, but I can't do it. It's going to be a theme of this video. I'm sorry, guys. These are the backyard series. That's what it's all about. Matthews University. All right. Let's talk about the big boy. It's a medium overhead roller. 3 risers, medium overhead roller. We have the Pause V-Lock junior receiver right here. Once again, those 3 points of contact, really cool. But this is the star of the stand right here. I'm going to tell you why. I love our 4.5-inch grip heads, especially on these overhead rollers, because it's going to be taking a lot of weight. There's going to be a lot of torque and a lot of tension going into this head. And once you overcrank it, which happens all the time, especially if it's righty-tighty, which is the way it should be, and you have all that weight going in the clockwise motion, it's going to keep tightening and tightening this. This is made for 8 buys, 12 buys, for overheads, for goalposts, for whatever you're doing. This is going to be the guy that's going to be overhead, so it needs to be safe. It gets really tightened down really hard, and when you have metal on metal tightening on itself, it tends to seize. When you look at our competitor stands, you'll see all these dings on the handle. Why? Because that handle seized up, the head seized up on them, and they had to get a hammer or a wrench and whack on it. Normally in the middle of the set, in the middle of the night, when tensions are the highest, you got some knucklehead whacking one of these things with a hammer to be able to release the head. That's not going to happen with these. You can crank down as hard as you want, and it's always going to release. Why? Check it out. Whoa, it's gone. Check it out. That's not the important part. I'll get that later. The important part is this thrust bearing in here, guys. Everything is falling to pieces, but let me show you what it is. It's this guy right here. It's so simple. It's so small. It's the thrust bearing, but this is going to make sure that it doesn't seize up on you. Once you have all the tension, all the torque on there, it's going to be able to release just as easily if you didn't have all that torque on there. That's something you can say. And we have this right here. It's nice and dished out. That's what's going to be pushing against the plates, where you have the opposing rounded part of the plate, so that's going to be another way so you don't have just 2 flat pieces of metal seizing up on one another. Designing from the inside of the industry out. That's what Matthews is all about. That's what we've always been about, and bringing solutions to problems that are on set. You know, you can't design things like this from just sitting behind a desk on a computer or a drafting table and try to put these things together. You got to be out there getting your hands on the gear, working with the people who are out there every day working with the gear. That's what Matthews is all about. Let me go get that handle that I dropped. I'm back. Here we are, putting this handle back on there. I love these handles. They feel like you're holding something nice and round like an egg. And that's this top portion of the stand. Let's back up, show you guys those same hangers right there to be able to hang these guys on a cart, on the side of a truck, in the studio. Let's deploy the legs. Make sure you're in the V. You just loosen those guys up and show you how easily this thing rolls around. It's really great. Once again, you have that low base, that low profile on the base. Once again, the combo stand is going to get you way up here. Here, we're able to lower the base way down there so you can get under a vehicle, under furniture. When you're on stage, you can roll around all that heavy gear that you don't want to be picking up and lifting around. It's going to take the weight off your back, and as they always say, let the wheels do the work. Once again, the Tenta casters that are going to lock, and they're going to stop rotating and swiveling. This is rotating, I guess, and then this is swiveling. Those will be our hand motions. And there you have it. It's a medium overhead roller. It stands right now at around 5.5 feet. And let's see how high it goes. Once again, you're gonna have to take my word for it. This guy is gonna hold around 88 pounds all the way up to 14.5 feet. Look at that. Believe me, that's way up there. So there you have it, 3 totally different stands for totally different jobs on set. Once again, you need many different tools in the toolbox for many different solutions that you will come up with on set when you have the right gear. Matthews, best stuff available, and it's all about the gear. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening to me and dealing with me. We didn't have any helicopters. The leaf blowers went away. It's kind of nice now. Take care of each other.